Najma Heptulla, the only Muslim minister in Modi's cabinet, now finds herself in a massive controversy after a newspaper report that quoted her endorsing RSS's Hindu rashtra theory. Najma Heptulla, the Minority Affairs Minister, now claims that her statement has been misreported and that she meant Hindi and not Hindu as national identity of all Indians. But the clarification only came after a massive controversy had broken out about the remark, with opponents gunning for Modi Sarkar for towing RSS's line blindly.
I have with me Dr. Najma Heptulla, Minister for Minority Affairs. Let me begin by asking her, your statement that all Indians, that there is no harm for all Indians to be termed or described as Hindus, is stirred a hornet's nest. Why make such a statement, Najma ji?
I didn't make that statement. It is a written interview I gave to Hindustan Times. And I told him that Hind is an Arabic word. Hindustan, which is for India, is Persian word. And anybody who goes from India to any of the Arab country or the Gulf country, they are known as Hindi. I use the word Hindi.
Yeah, that's a vast, this world of difference between Hindi and Hindu.
Exactly. H-I-N-D-I in English, Hindi. H-I-N-D-U is Hindu. I think, I don't feel that anybody was playing mischief, but misunderstanding, misquoting could be the correct word. Because why should anybody would like a newspaper of the Hindustan Times would do that? And Hindi is a word we are very proud of. Hindi hai hum watan hai, sara jahan hamara. That was the poet Iqbal who said it many years ago, and which is our national song. So I said, my identity is Hindi in Arab world.
But as distinct from Hindu?
It is Hindi, I use the word, Hindi, that's it.
But do you subscribe to this view? Because there are a lot of people in your party or associated with your party who have now started talking in these terms, that what is the harm if all Indians are known as Hindus? So do you subscribe to that view?
It is not, I don't subscribe to anything. I only want to say what I said it. Everybody has their own democratic right to think whatever they like. I have my democratic right to think what I like. I am an Indian, I am proud to be an Indian, and that is what Maulana Azad had said in 1940. When I was born the year, he says कि मैं एक हिंदुस्तानी हूँ और मुझे इस पर फख्र है कि मैं ये मेरी identity है.
You know, Najma ji, I'm sure you're aware that given the current environment, there's so many discordant voices coming out, all kinds of people talking of all kinds of things. We've had the RSS chief saying that all Indians, that India should be identified as Hindus. And perhaps that is the context in which your statement now has created the kind of buzz that it has.
Could have. I don't say that. But the main thing is, my mandate in the ministry is to work for the development of the minorities, to fight against their backwardness, educational backwardness, social backwardness, economic backwardness. My focus is totally on the development issue. Other issues, I'm not going to comment anything.
What would be your advice? You're a very senior parliamentarian. You've been in politics for several decades now. So what would be your advice to people in your party and outside who are making these kind of statements? Does this add to goodwill? Does this lend to good intercommunity relationship?
What I tell you, that the Prime Minister has clearly told me that I should work for the development of the entire community. I have 6 communities, 6 religious communities within my ministry. And he feels that the Muslims are the most backward, and I should work for them also along with other things, focus on them. That is the same thing the president of the party told me. I go by the party president's advice and I go by the prime minister's advice. What other people feel, think, do, it's beyond my ministry and my mandate.
But Najma ji, you will appreciate, the Prime Minister has been conspicuous silence on this issue. Perhaps a word of denunciation from the Prime Minister will stop these people in their tracks. Maybe I'm willing to buy the argument that such elements are under the misguided impression that because there is a right of centre government and therefore they have a run of the place. Perhaps if the Prime Minister were to spell it out in clear terms that he does not endorse or subscribe to such views, it will put an end to this kind of rubbish once and for all.
I'm in no position to comment on the Prime Minister of my country.
Or your party president.
Or my party president. Because I go by what the manifesto of the party says. And if you read the manifesto, it clearly focuses on Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas. And that's what I'm trying to do.
Thank you very much for speaking to us. So that was Dr. Najma Heptulla. She makes it abundantly clear that she did not use the word Hindu. She meant Hindi, which in English means all Indians.
All right, in fact, Headlines Today's executive editor Javed Ansari now joining us live for more on this. Javed, a very clear and elaborate clarification coming in there from Najma Heptulla.
Yes, indeed it is, because the kind of controversies that erupted in the wake of what she had said. And perhaps Dr. Najma Heptulla now sees fit to retract that statement. She clearly told us that she had not said that. What she meant was Hindi, and then she quoted Allama Iqbal as saying, Hindi hai hum watan hai Hindustan hamara. She meant Hindi, which most Arabics or Persian countries use to describe Indians. She was categorical about the fact that she did not use the word Hindu.
Right. And she, it's interesting, she also said that she thinks it was a mischief on the part of the publication and that she was completely misunderstood in what she was trying to say at all. But because initially what she had said, she'd equated the word Hindu to an Indian's identity, isn't it?
Yeah, she, like I said earlier, she clarified that she did not use the word Hindu. She equated Hindi, which most Arabs and Persians refer to, use the word Hindi to refer to Indians. I've toured some Arab countries and I know where they call us Al Hindi, but that's besides the point. She is now denying having said that, but given the kind of background and the controversy that we've had, the utterances that we've had from top Sangh Parivar leaders on the issue, this lends itself to kind of speculation. It lends itself to all kinds of misunderstandings, and that perhaps the minister realized that it was in the fitness of things for her to clarify the issue that she did not mean the word Hindu.
Absolutely, Javed Ansari getting us that first-hand clarification from Najma Heptulla. Thanks so much, Javed, for joining us for the moment. In fact, we also got some other political reactions. Let's try and listen in to what the Congress had to say. All right, those were the BJP and a Muslim cleric reacting to Najma Heptulla's remarks. But moving on now, the Central Bureau of Investigation of the CBI is likely to file a charge sheet against former Telecom Minister Dayanidhi Maran in the Aircel Maxis deal case. This comes after the Supreme Court rejected former Telecom Minister Maran's demand to restrain the CBI from filing a charge sheet against him in this particular case. The Supreme Court observed that law did not allow the court to restrain an investigating agency from finding a final probe report before a magistrate. Former Telecom Minister Maran allegedly stalled the issuing of licenses to Aircel promoter C. Sivasankaran, eventually forcing him to sell 74% stake to Malaysia-based Maxis Group. It is also alleged that Maxis, through Malaysia-based Astro All Asia Networks, made a quid pro quo investment of approximately 600 crore rupees in Sun Direct TV, that's owned by Minister's brother Kalanidhi Maran. The case was referred to the Attorney General after differences cropped up between CBI Director Ranjit Sinha and the Director of Prosecution on this case.